Greetings everyone, Ishimard here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It has been a while, mostly because I've been going between setups, trying to find the right time to test something new. I've basically got what I had previously, but running through a Linux machine, mostly because the at the end of ultimately at the end of it all, the processing should be faster and lots of other things. I'm hoping that we'll also sort of bypass the problem of the capture itself freezing, though we will see what happens. We will go from there. But most of it is mostly due to the post processing. Not that there's a huge amount of post processing to be done, but that should hopefully be quicker on a machine that is actually better than a micro PC that I bought. Not to say the micro PC was a bad thing, actually it works quite well, but it's just it was a little bit slow when I was putting it through the last steps, and that can impact all kinds of things. It just make things a bit more mature than they needed to be. Anyway, we are going to be playing a game. I played this game like probably about a month ago now that I think about it. I was playing it again. This was what I was playing for retro achievements, and I figured it'd be good to just kind of play it for the channel, just because I did weirdly enjoy this game. I probably shouldn't have enjoyed this game because it is super frustrating, but it's one I played as a kid, and that is Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis, or Sega Megadrive, if you will, for those in the UK, and I believe it's also called that in the rest of Europe. I can't quite remember now. I remember playing this game, and this game was annoying, and we'll get to why it was annoying in a moment, but let's just get started. Yes, that is the T-Rex saying Sega. Absolutely glorious. Some party music as we go into Jurassic Park. So in this game, we can play as Grant or the Raptor. We're going to be playing as Grant, first of all, because I hate myself. So let's start. So everything's going fine. Grant is at the park. Well, I say everything's going fine. It's a bit like in the movie. Everything goes right around this point. We have the not quite Wilhelm scream. The Rex. I like that. The Rex has demolished your car. The electric fences are down, and all the dinosaurs are loose on the island. Make your way through the jungle to the power station. That's nice and easy, isn't it? Nice and straightforward. So anyway. So this game, deceptively, if this was just a straight up platformer, this wouldn't be so bad, but this is a bit more like a Prince of Persia style game. Everything has very measured movements, actually making it really frustrating to play. And you'll find yourself taking like damage constantly. So yeah, there we go. However, I've always landed some spikes there. But yeah, it's not as frenetic, I would say. I missed. You sod. That's my if I was cycling through my weapons. It's not quite as frenetic as we would have wanted a Jurassic Park game. You know, as a kid, these styles of games were not in my interest. Something that is, again, the best thing I compare it to is Prince of Persia. It's just very sort of, every movement needs to be kind of measured. You've got to be very cautious, falling from like small heights will just slowly drain you of your health. Landing on platforms that have like slightly jagged edges will hurt you. It's all just really frustrating, actually. But weirdly, once you kind of get used to it, it's not a terrible game. It's just really frustrating for if you're a child. It is just a really frustrating experience. I wait for him to get knocked out, because if I had approached him, he probably would have like hit me, and that would have hurt. As you can see, I'm just out even more. I was going to say, I'm hemorrhaging health from just like the little falls, and then obviously I have strips and spikes, and there's a lot more health. So actually, oh no, wait, we just want to jump because there's a health pack over here. Now this bit is actually really annoying. If we fall here, we'll land on this Brachiosaurus, and we just want to walk off the edge. If you fall from that, you'll fall into water, I suppose, and die, and it's really annoying. Dr. Grant, the island's main power is offline, and velociraptors have taken over the power station. Be careful. So now, actually, yeah, at this point, velociraptors get introduced into the game, and velociraptors are annoying. Hang on, there's a ladder here. But thankfully, I've got 40 of these red darts, which will incapacitate. Keep in mind, we're not killing any dinosaurs, we're just incapacitating them. A red dart will... No. Get moving. Oh. You need to be a little bit cautious. Did that little compy just jump over my dart as I fired? What an absolute... No. But now we've got loads of these red darts. Red darts are basically referred to as super darts. They'll incapacitate most dinosaurs in a single shot, and for a lot longer than the blue darts. And that's basically become our main weapon for the rest of this game. Now, we're playing this on normal difficulty. If I was playing this on hard difficulty, I'd be a bit more sort of reserved with how much I was using those, because hang on, push that into there, down. Because in hard mode you get half the ammo from pickup, so I would have been getting 5. Watch out for that. You get 5 darts per pickup, as opposed to 10. Absolute pain about that is. So here we just need to be a bit careful. We've got to climb up an electric fence, and kind of like Timmy. Is it Timmy? The little boy. We don't want to get hurt whilst we're climbing up an electric fence. Thankfully, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. It can be a little bit annoying though. Yeah, just no. I'm not dealing with you today, Raptor. Just come over here. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to understand where you need to go in this game, because the game is kind of dark, and even though I have adjusted my stuff to kind of help me with the brightness, it's still a really dark game. Ah, no. Off. That's a flash grenade. That's fun. Ah, no. Thankfully, health pickups here will be back to full. That could have been an absolute disaster though. Right. No. Ah, this. That's my own fault. I should have jumped. Yeah, I deserve that. Oh my word. Oh, that was not good. Right, so what were they called? Dilophosaurus. Is the one? Nope, dead. Never mind. So here's the thing. In this game, you literally have like 3 lives and then it's game over. The game is really strict. I mean, there is a password system, and the password system is actually quite generous, because when you get a password, it will remember... Well, when you game over, the game will remember your password, and it will also remember like some of the other elements of your things that are included in the password, such as your ammo count. No, just no. I'm not dealing with you. Let's go. Go up. I come over here, I think he will eventually, yeah, he's sort of not despawned necessarily, but oh, here we go. Uh-oh, no, don't go that way. So we've got the T-Rex, which will come over here. I think there's only one button I only need to do that once. We are going to throw a smoke grenade at the T-Rex. That will stun him for a little while. The reason why I had to press that button is because there was a door here. You wouldn't have known otherwise. Right. You will find a rubber raft by the river. It is low on fuel and all fuel cans are scattered downstream. Yeah, I made a joke about this because I do not know why Jurassic Park games were so like obsessed with you going into a raft. This stage, oh, if you don't know what you're doing, is absolutely awful. So we will come across like these like drops, and you've just kind of got to, at points, just let yourself drop. And we want to grab a couple of fuel cans as we go. We can drop by pressing down on the jump button. Let's just climb up here. Grab myself some darts. Actually, I don't know why I'm not using my red darts. Again, I've got loads of them. And here, we just want to let ourselves fall. And as soon as we fall, we want to be holding the opposite direction. So we immediately turn. We do have to fight against the current a little bit here. But my word. If you don't know what you're doing, the amount of times you will die on this stage alone is criminal. And then, instead of getting back in the raft, we are going to jump across. There's the T-Rex. Grab a grenade at you. Let ourselves drop. Then make sure that you just go down at, like, don't press anything on your D-pad to make stuff go any faster, because you will go into that little bit of grass. You will fall all of like 2 feet and die. Right, so we can kind of come along a bit here. Go drop down. So I think we go across. Yeah, we do go across. There's the T-Rex is back. So we're going to just jump, grab this fuel. And let's go. There we go. Got the T-Rex. Oh. Drop, turn. And you want to make sure you're going fast over anywhere where like those big falls are, because otherwise you will just sort of fall down and you will probably die. Look at that. There's like the tiniest little platform that you could stand on there. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I messed up that jump as I was sort of playing this game. Yeah, spat out by Dilophosaurus. We drop down. Big fall, we're now at the bottom. Now, oh, I just make our way past the Brachiosauruses. Now, I don't think they can actually do anything to harm you, so we're generally speaking quite alright there. Come over here, jump up here, throw a gas grenade, knock out that Triceratops, and into here. The pump station has been overrun by dinosaurs. Shut off all the valves to make it. I don't think you need to do that necessarily, but this level sucks. Even more so than the previous level. Every time I used to play this level, you would come across like weird performance issues, should I say. That's probably the best way to describe it. It chugs in places. And perhaps that is an emulation thing, I don't really know. I wouldn't be surprised if the actual game sort of chugged. Now you want to be careful with those bones, because if I'd landed on those bones I would have also been hurt. Because again, this game's a Pitfall style game and will do everything in its power to hurt you. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped there. That was my own fault. I jumped. I forgot what button I needed to press to activate the valve. Doesn't matter. With any luck, yeah. Oh, yeah. You see, you'll notice that I took a whole load of damage from that. Criminal, I say. Right, so we are going to come up this way. There we go. We're going to just turn off this valve just because I want. I mean, there's some rockets there. Rockets that somehow do not kill dinosaurs, but most of those there for the health pack because of the damage I took. Now, how nice is the game going to be to me? Here we go. Oh. Never mind. But as I said, graciously, what we can do is once it comes back to here, I can go to my password, press start, and we're back at the pump station. And I should have, yeah, because the password they give you is one that, oh, right. The password they give you is one that has had, is one that's generated after you lose your last life. I've actually kept my rockets, which is kind of nice. I mean, I say kept my rockets. I think you keep a certain number of things based off your total that you had. It's so weird. Jump. That jump is really frustrating. So I will warn you, if you are playing this game and you try to make that jump and you fail it, yeah, that sometimes happens. It's such a frustrating jump. So I push that cog, and I'm waiting for it to stop kind of rolling because it will kill you if you run past it. As you probably would, not knowing that you're going to knock it, it will immediately flatten you. This game does everything in its power to try and kill you in sort of in as unfair ways as possible. I find, just with like enemies that are placed in horrible locations. Actually, I'm going to want those grenades. No. Compy, get off me. We're going to want some grenades for towards the end of the game. For what I could generously call the worst final boss in... One of the worst final bosses in at least a Jurassic Park game. If not, one of the worst final bosses in a game that I have played. So what we need to do is we need to be quick here. And I might have failed actually. Because we've got to be really careful. Because if that cover closes on you whilst you're going past it, yep, you're going to die. Let's grab ourselves some bits. T-Rex. Gas grenade you. He stays stunned for quite a bit of time. I never calculated how long he's stunned for, but it's a decent amount of time. Right, so let's get our red darts ready, because we're going to need a lot of red darts. Well, I say a lot. We're going to need our red darts. So we've got our Velociraptor here. Knock you out. Now on hard mode, they get up so much faster, even from like your red darts. But he's now chasing me. But we'll slip through here and then he'll lose us. Thankfully. Hey, climb up here, grab these darts. Right, we'll just go wait out these jets. They're an absolute pain because they're just difficult to time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop down here. And yeah, clever Velociraptor drops down a level, but we're just going to grenade. do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right, we're just gonna run. And I died. Annoyingly, yeah, that can kind of happen. That bit there, I can't remember if they want you to jump off, or if you're supposed to like do a running walk. A running walk. So we're going to see if we can get ourselves back there relatively quickly. I've always found this level just the absolute worst. Push that. Now, something I should have mentioned, when you have certain slopes that you would usually slide down, if you hold down and sort of walk along them, you won't actually slide on them. So if I come back up to here and just stand on it, you'll notice I slipped and took damage. Because again, the game just loves to give you a damage penalty whenever it can. Right, so up here. Right, down. More grenades. I suppose the useful thing about dying is items respawn, so you can stock up. And as I said, when you get a game over and the game gives you a password, that password will does like retain like a decent chunk of your supplies. It does remove a certain percentage of it. I can't think what that percentage is. Let's see, we got 9 of the explosive grenades. Right. Stop grenade you. No, not there. Because yeah, if the T-Rex gets you a single bite, you're dead. How hilarious, it leaves your hat behind. Apparently Grant's hat is not particularly tasty. I highly doubt Velociraptors were this smart. And even then, they're not Velociraptors, they're Utahraptors, aren't they? However, the whole thing is, Jurassic Park's been lying to us for years. And even the Dilophosaurus probably did not exist, at least not in the fashion that the films and these games like tell us. Dinosaur with a frill that can spit, because you wouldn't be able to gather that from like bone information. Stay down. Oh. Just get you. Because here's the problem, if I try to jump... Yeah, that's what happens. That's why you need to do the running walk off that edge. And I can't believe I'm falling back into like this habit of dying on this level. Again, this level is just awful. Like, this level will basically do everything in its power to just frustrate you, which is exactly what it's doing to me. Because even this jump can be really sort of precarious, but the amount of times I've messed that jump up. Oh, watch out. Oh, that was that. I didn't like that in the slightest. I honestly felt like I was gonna eat it there. No, I need to push it more. Oh no, actually I got it, but I'll push it more anyway. Suboxy PS1. There's no shipment of PS1s at Jurassic Park that I didn't know about. down. There we go. And button, jump. There we go, that's better. That's more the speed at which I want to be doing this. My gas grenades at the ready. Grab. I don't know why I bother grabbing some of this stuff. I don't need it. There we go. I think the amount of times that I've accidentally thrown it and hadn't actually hit them, to only climb up there and just be devoured. And the annoying thing is you do get that sound of that Velociraptor chomping down on that Dilophosaurus on repeat for ages, and it is just so annoying. I swear to God. Not only do they duck, they jump. Anything to annoy the player. Ow. Right. Let's try this again. I swear to God, if I fail this again, I'm just going to be so annoyed, because it's not... This isn't even, like, the most annoying part of this level. I would just like some consistency with how this game plays out, because I think typically, yeah, you just run off the edge. I think I've had this window with the Brachiosaurus in the first level as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go... Come on, we've got to be quick. So if we just... So here's an example of where if I was to crouch... Oh yeah, when we jump, we've got to crouch down. I think where I failed, this is going to sound really stupid, but every time I've done that section, I always found that if I was holding up as I fell, I would land where I needed to land. Oh, Jesus! Right. There we go. So this section's annoying, because what I didn't realise is, I thought when we climbed up here we had to jump to these other, like, bits, but actually what you can do is you can just sort of press left and right to kind of shimmy along, and then we can jump. Though I am remarkably low on health. But hopefully, jump to here, with some raptors below us. And you're going to try and jump up here, aren't you? There we go. Oh, my God. From here, you'll travel the overland through the canyon. Nice and straightforward, thanks for that game. Some rather farty music, but, you know, it is... It kind of gives me Fantasia. That's what it gives me. If you never played Fantasia for the Genesis, my God, you are not missing out. That's a interesting bad game. One of the games that once you kind of understand what it's asking of you, I hesitate to call it enjoyable. Once you understand what it's asking of you, it's not that bad. Like, you can get through it. It is nonsense, absolutely, but watch out for those rocks, because those rocks will kill me. Right, to here, jump across. I am like ridiculously low on health, but you know, it is what it is. Right, so I think... Oh! Right, if I jump from here... For whatever reason, I do not take damage from doing that. Don't ask me why. Usually what you would do is you would get to that point, and I think you'd throw an explosive grenade at the Brachiosaurus. For whatever reason. So I know that... There you go. I knew there was a raptor coming up. And then we can just go to here, up here, grab this health, drop down. And that's the end of that level. A really short level. An active an active volcano. I mean, to be honest, we know the island has an active volcano because we've seen that in later movies, but an active volcano? Really? This is the only way I can go to get back to the visitor center? What is going on? Oh, yeah, we just got to be a bit careful there because if you don't jump, I would have... If I hadn't have jumped there, I would have just fallen to my death. Oh, come on. There we go. Now this guy can be an absolute pain. Just because he can be... Sometimes he can be standing where you need to climb up and just be spitting at you constantly. And the fact that he can spit through that is also really annoying. But it's alright. I say we restored our health, not by a huge amount, because we took a couple of beats of full damage there. Oh. But anyway. Uh-oh. It loves to give you just full damage wherever it can. But we should be alright. Come over here. Clever girl. Oh, no, no, no. The annoying thing is, it's like, there's not much more left in this game for Grant's side of things at the very least, so. We're at the volcano. I might as well just show you what I mean, actually, just because it's kind of funny. So if we were to come here and we were just to slide... Oh no, okay. Usually what happens is you don't make that fall and you will just fall to your doom. Huh. You know, it's not... It happens quite often. I do quite often get that sort of karmic... I say karmic. The, that kind of response where it's like... Uh-oh. The world sort of responds to me in that way where it'd be like, here's something I noticed in this game, and then I will prove myself wrong almost instantly. It's fine. It is what it is. I suppose the slowdown is helpful for hitting the raptors. It's probably just because that... I want to say the game slows down because there's so much going on. I mean, there might be. I don't really know. I don't recall if there's much slowdown during the raptor levels, but we'll get into that. I will do the raptor levels, just because they're kind of fun to do. I say that. Now we want to be a bit cautious here because when we jump to this one, we've got to be ready for this raptor. Usually what will happen is he will hit you and he will knock you into the... He will knock you... I'm going to have this with... Uh-oh. Bye. And that's the end of that one. You'll need all the ammo you can find. The raptor to the main hall will have a bone to pick with you. Yeah. He will have a bone to pick with me. Right. Raptor's going to come up the stairs. But no, denied. This is a pretty decent game track. Kind of captures a decent amount of, like, excitement. Thankfully, that box falling doesn't hurt me. Guys, can you imagine that? The box just falls, hits me, and you're like, no, you're dead. Now, admittedly, there we go. Just let me past. And, you know, we're not going to open the doors on, we're going to kick the doors down. That's how angry we are with this game. Is there a button? There we go, there's a button. Look at the way he stands. The way he was standing there, like, Hey, what are you gonna do about it? God damn it. Goddamn Dilophosauruses. They are placed in ways just to make them super annoying. Oh. Let's just... Ah, here we go. Kick through this one. Again, I don't particularly care for ammo because I don't really need it. Because there isn't terribly huge amount left for me to shoot at. Oh. Except that raptor falling down behind me. And there's a health pack here. Ah. I feel like I probably took more damage than I really should have. But oh well. Yeah, that away. I reckon that raptor's going to be right behind me, isn't it? I just shoot through I shot through a wall there, didn't I? Again, Raptor does the exact same thing. He's able to kick down doors. Eventually, he's going to jump up to meet me. Stay down. We stay up here. Now, this is the final part of the game. And again, as I said, this final boss is probably one of the worst or just dumbest. So if we come here, what we want to do is we just want to throw some grenades. Yeah, there we go, that's fine. And we just want the explosions to be around about the vicinity of those metal poles. There we go. And that's our final boss for this game. It does hang on that screen for way too long. You made it! Rush to the helipad where a helicopter is waiting. Ah, dear. I don't know if it's going to do anything else, is it? I can't quite remember. There we go. And the T-Rex is angry. Maybe next time, buddy. Maybe during Jurassic Park Rampage Edition we can have a fight. Like a proper fight. But yes, developed by Blue Sky Software. But yes, that was at least Grant's levels for Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis. Now, I used to play this game a little bit as a kid. Could never really make it past the first level because it is really challenging in places. The game is kind of unfair. I think in an earlier playthrough of it that I recorded but I didn't release because there were some audio issues. Funny that. Some audio issues. I kind of said that the game is actively hostile towards the player. In fact, I've done this in about 40 minutes. I think that those sets of videos that I did, I think it was like nearly 2.5 hours. It was ridiculous. Is the game bad? It's not a bad game. I just think it's not the Jurassic Park game a child like me in the 90s would have wanted, because it's, you want something a bit more action packed, don't you? You want something that's a bit more sort of energetic, a bit more of a run and gun maybe. And what if I told you we got that with Jurassic Park Rampage Edition? Which I will probably get on to play sometime soon. Anyway, with that all said and done, I think we're going to leave it there. There'll be links to my socials in the description below. You can click on me there to subscribe, and over there there'll be some other videos you can watch of just other things that I've played. Again, I tend to play a lot of retro games at this moment in time. That seems to be my current sort of thing, and you know what? I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy to be that sort of person who plays through them. Ideally, I want to be in a position once again where I'm playing things for the first time. on the channel, I suppose. This is one that I've played for several hours beforehand. So I knew it. I knew what I was expecting. Anyway, with that all said, then I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I look forward to seeing you